The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Online entertainment.
NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
The people that know more about me know this. I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! Whether it's the NoDQ Galaxy, the Jeff Meacham Network, the ATW Crew, Indie Force, or anything related to For the Win Productions, the gears of wrestling keep on turning, and we are here to give our thoughts, previews, and predictions. Good day to you all, and welcome to our panel for this week's Simply Predicting. Honor is real once again this summer as we test the morals and integrity of all the champions and all the challengers to see what they're willing to do. But in any case, give me liberty, or in their form, give me death before dishonor. Without further ado, gentlemen, let's freaking go with this upcoming Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night. Whenever you watch this on live or on demand, you know what this is. For I'm the simple man of the simple brand, the voice of the Jam Man, and my name is Noah Foster. As we bring you our simple preview and thoughts into the upcoming Ring of Honor pay-per-view here on Simply Predicting, and that is Ring of Honor: Death Before Dishonor. Is of course available on the Bleacher Report app. So if you feel like reaching out for that, or your local pay-per-view provider like Dassin and other national fronts like Fight, feel free to join the discussion and fun. And also, stay tuned for a live one-on-one event tomorrow, courtesy of the Championship Multiverse Media, where me and James will be covering the show in its entirety. A prediction forum will be live for the Ring of Honor League come 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. That being said, now the semantics out of the way, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. I will put your comments and your predictions up as well as I see who is in the chat too. That being said, James, good to see you once again. We just got done calling Blood and Guts last night. Now we go from intense violence to professional wrestling integrity and some sports entertainment. And no, I'm not wooing. But anyway, James, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Life was crazy today. Other than that, I'm ready to go. I'm happy to go and talk some pro wrestle.
Damn it.
So here we are. We here to talk about the honor of wrestle.
And no kidding, the rebirth of anybody underneath the Tony Khan regime. And so
Yeah,
far, we
haven't, and we're not getting tonight. We're not getting like freaking multiple matches. It's limited today. It's great.
He's learning. Okay, he's learning. It's a balance between quantity and quality. And honestly, this pay-per-view might be enough for what it's worth, but we'll see. Anyway, as always, he is one of the horsemen of predictions. Shout out to Mark Griffin and Jeff Chadwick, who aren't here. But stay tuned, folks, as the brothers might come together during the biggest party. Stay tuned. But that being said, Chris, always good to see you. How you feeling about this Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
I feel good, and I have to remember, last year it was my first time being on Ring of Honor's pay-per-view prediction video. So a year later, I am back on the panel. I'm looking forward to this show. We got 4 matches, but more matches are going to be happening. I'm not going to be getting the pay-per-view tomorrow night, so I'll keep you guys will keep me updated because I'll be watching Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow and see what goes on in Roman versus Jay saga with the Bloodline Civil War continuing.
Good deal. And also, the most important thing on SmackDown is not that. It's L.A. Knight. Yeah!
Yeah!
And he damn sure better win that Fatal 4-Way or WWE, you fucked up. And again, I'm not monetized. So this is exclusively on the Simple brand because there's going to be some throwback content at Cassidy Studios. So go check that out when it goes live at 8 p.m. Hey, yo. Josh, good to see you, my friend. I hope that you are doing well. From one Christian to another, God bless you. All right, without further ado, gentlemen, this might be the shortest and simplest in the predicting that we have, unless we get some other discussion topics from the chat or go into some off the rails debate on something else too. Let's get right into it. So, yeah, as Chris alluded to, officially, there are 4 matches, but as Ring of Honor Television is happening right now, we are determining a 5th match as we determine the challenger for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Samoa Joe will be defending that title against former Ring of Honor Television champions, either Shane Taylor or Dalton Castle. So we'll see soon enough what happens, whether someone gets to break some hearts or bring in some Cleveland Rock hard times. And right now, we have nothing but championship matches booked, as again, this pay-per-view will be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a 0 hour, 7 p.m. Standard Time. Chances are he's going to give us at least 3 matches during that. Wouldn't surprise me if one is legit later occurs. I'm so glad she's back. Versus Trish Adora. Good luck, Trish, tonight against freaking Utami Hayashita. You're going to freaking need it. Let's go ahead and talk about our first match, shall we? Speaking of multiple person affairs and multiple efforts, James, you've always had a very critical take when it comes to multiple team outings for tag team championships. Well, you called one most recently at Slammiversary. Get ready to call another, as we have a fatal 4-way for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships as the champions, the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix, Penta and Ciro Nero defend the gold against the OGK, the Kingdom, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Don't think Maria Canals will be too far behind. The best friends, who, as always, got to get the people what they want. And so good to see him back from injury. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. Oi. Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher, Aussie Open. Shout out, by the way, to Cassidy Steels. Go follow Cassidy Steels and JJ Williams, folks, as me and the Renegade will be back to our commentary duties very soon for some members-only content. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. All right, James, like I said, you always seem to have a big take when it comes to tag team wrestling, damn it. So what's your thoughts on this fatal 4-way? The Lucha Brothers now defending the title for the 3rd time. Of course, they won in a multiple team affair, but it was a ladder match. Doesn't mean they won't try to get extreme here. Who you got?
So, I mean, I'll give you the bottom line of this is Lucha Brothers retain because they just won the damn belts. We'll just put it out there. If we're going by pay-per-view time,
which was last pay-per-view,
exactly. If we're going by pay-per-view time, then yeah, they just won it. So they're not losing here. I very much doubt they're going to lose in here, unless I could see them going the Aussie Open route only because Tony Khan just signed them. Could happen. I would not actually be surprised if they go that route. That's the only other team that I could actually see that could be winning this match. And the main reason I have an issue with this 4-way concept, one, you just did one at the last pay-per-view, and that didn't really exactly go so well with one of the participants involved, Get Well Soon, Dante Martin.
Right.
The other thing is, even though this isn't a ladder match, you already just did a multi-man. Why do we need to see it again? Not to mention the fact, if you count all of wrestling, we just saw it last week on Slammiversary. We saw a multi-man 5-on-5 blood and guts match on yesterday. You know, it's like, and that had way more story going into it. The difference between blood and guts and this, what's really tangible story-wise. I'm sure there's history between the best friends and Lucha Brothers. I'm pretty sure there is. You know, but Aussie Open and the Kingdom are like the odd people out. But if you're going to book any match that makes the most sense, continue with Aussie Open's momentum. Like, it wasn't too long ago before Mark Davis's injury where they relinquished their titles. They were double champions at one point.
Yep.
Capitalize on that momentum. Give them a shot at the titles and just have a one-on-one here. I don't know why we have to do a multi-man tag title affair. Like, Kingdom is like definitely the black sheep of this because the Kingdom haven't really been much of a damn factor, if at all, since they came back to Ring of Honor. So it's like, big. But yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It will be a great match. Don't get me wrong. I mean, these 4 teams are capable of having a belt or of a multi-man tag match. That much has to be said. I think it's just overkill because you could have gotten an even more investment from the fans if you just had it be Aussie Open and Lucha Brothers here. But either way, Lucha Brothers retain. I'm sticking with my gut. Lucha Brothers get the dub.
All right, fair enough. King Mike, Dwayne, good to see you also. Looks like a lot of people agree with you, but also the take on Aussie Open is very fair. Again, Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher relinquished both the Strong and IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships at Resurgence, but says we're back stronger than ever, and once again it will be Aussie Open taking over the world. Do they start in Ring of Honor, which is now their second chance after the Ring of Honor Tag Team Gold? And the Kingdom, what you call them Black Sheep, they are the OGs. They are former 3-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. So again, with Maria, that she could be an X factor. But to also support the idea of Lucha Brothers, as Dwayne is alluding to, it was recently shown that Rey Fenix has dropped the AAA championships. I gotta wonder if that's something to do with contract negotiations with AAA versus his Ring of Honor and AEW balance contract. Because they're all different. So I'm not exactly sure. And again, AAA is a partner of AEW. I don't think necessarily they're a partner of Ring of Honor, but we've seen how much CMLL, for example, and Ring of Honor have worked together in the past. So again, Dwayne, not sure, but it's a very interesting point as King Mike supports. But that being said, let's see if Chris has a counterpoint or maybe goes with Aussie Open or surprises you with one of the other two. Chris, where do you stand in this fair four-way tag team championship match? I mean, to be fair, Slammiversary, new tag champs, it was subculture. Nobody expected that. So again, does the Lucha Brothers survive in a match where they try to be involved in the decision?
Well, you guys brought about subcultural in Slammiversary. Personally, I did not see that happening.
Neither did I. Damn it.
Whatsoever. I had I think I had ABC retaining, but I lost a point in that, and I'm number 11th in the predictions league. So I have to get myself back up. So in this match, personally, why is there another multi-man tag team championship match? Can they just do a simple one-on-one tag team championship match and not these multi-man matches? Yeah, the multi-person is good and all, but come on. But
you already know my statement about multiple person affairs, whether it's triple threat, fiddle, four-way tag, or singles. You got buffers, you got fall people. Champions are protected in defeat. Champions can escape with the win. Challengers can capitalize on an opportunity. So again, there might be something else to come out of this under traditional circumstances. So think about that.
And personally, I would have preferred having Lucha Brothers face Aussie Open just one-on-one for the tag team championships. And I do see that taking place down the road. And Aussie Open would probably be the ones to take the tag team champions from Lucha Brothers. So if I'm predicting this correctly, I got Lucha Bros retaining the tag team championships.
It's one of those things where I do want you all to consider this. The Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships have not been defended on Ring of Honor television since Lucha Brothers won it. This is their third defense, but those other two defenses took place on AEW against Blackpool Combat Club and against QT Macho and Powerhouse Hobbs on Battle of the Belts. That being said, some people think this actually protects the championships. It preserves them, makes them feel more important. But again, like you said, why would they do a multiple team affair if they don't want to try and change things up or build a single story? I think there is going to be a talent change. So the first match out the gate, we're already different. I'm going against both of you because I do think there's a reason why they added back Mark Davis and Aussie Open. Aussie Open were on the hottest streak this year across the tag team landscape, no matter where they were, no matter who they were facing. So there has to be a reason why Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher are back in this, especially after the titles for both NWW Strong and NWW were vacated. I think we're resetting the Ring of Honor landscape like Slammiversary reset their landscape mostly to a degree. I'm actually going with Aussie Open for the win here, and I wouldn't surprise me if they pin, let's just call it what it is, folks. Look at the teams in the match. Best friends are eating the fall here if the champions are going to lose the titles. I think it's going to be Aussie Open that gets the better of Trent and Chuck. Once again, continuing, when is the best friends going to implode on each other? Maybe on Ring of Honor television, like they were on the way out of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm actually going against both of you. I'm going with Aussie Open. Oi, oi, oi. All right. And again, folks, stay tuned for the forum. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Standard Time. Underneath this video in the comments, on my community tab, and on my Twitter. And of course, you'll have up to the 0 hour to make them all official as this card continues to get built. Good opening discussion. Yes, James.
I just want to point out, like, I'm not, as I said, I do see him going that route. I don't necessarily agree with it only because the Lucha Brothers literally just won the belts.
Right.
I mean, they've defended it a lot. I'll give them that. But still, like, You know what I mean? Like, why take them? Screw it, I'm going with the Kingdom because they're original ROH talent.
And that's a fair point, too.
To be fair, though, Lucha Brothers were original ROH talents as well. They did have a spell there for a period of time. So that's not entirely fair. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. And so were the Best Friends as well, by the way. Best Friends also.
Yeah, but the Kingdom truly are OGs. They go all the way back to Ring of Honor first started, basically tag team wrestling that didn't involve the Briscoes and Jimmy Jacobs and the Embassy and stuff. Again, three-time tag team champions. They took them off the foundation. Matt Taven, not only Ring of Honor tag team champion, Ring of Honor world champion, Ring of Honor six-man champion with the Kingdom. So, again, it's one of those things where I feel like the Kingdom, they literally could be the thieves in the night that can escape with the prize because they've been doing everything possible to get to this opportunity, including insulting Stoicky halfway, but that's not too hard. So, again, if you've been watching Ring of Honor television, I do feel like this match has the most potential for the titles to change hands, if I'm being honest with you. So, yeah. So right now we got a Kingdom. We got Aussie Open. You both are sticking to your guns with the Lucha Brothers. Nobody so far are going with the Best Friends because at this point, when will the Best Friends get a tag team championship? They certainly deserve it. But yes, James.
Booking idea now that you kind of because you got the gears turning. What if they actually go with this full force MJF Adam Cole deal, right? And they pair him back up, specifically Adam back up with the Kingdom, and also bring Roddy in, and they become the Kingdom, and it's MJF's show. Because if they do that, I ain't gonna hold you. I would love to see that version of the Kingdom taking on the United Empire. I'm just throwing it out there, and that's a future blood and guts waiting to happen. I'm just saying, if they go with it, that'd be cool.
Hey, weird things have happened. I mean, again, maybe with Tommy Hayashi can join the United Empire and be their female representative against Maria Kanellis. Crowns up.
Let's go. Yeah, I'd love that.
And Zero, as far as the Righteous not being involved in this match, I think that they're going to book the Righteous versus the Dark Order in a fight without honor at this point, based on what's been developing lately on Ring of Honor television the last few weeks, and whether or not Stu Grace is truly with them or against them still remains to be seen. Again, this pay-per-view still isn't fully booked, folks. But good talk all around, guys. Yes, Chris.
Well, I know James brought up about MJF and the whole Adam Cole thing. Yeah, they're going to win the blind eliminating tournament.
They already won.
They already won, so they get their championship match next Saturday night at Collision.
July 29th, yes.
Well, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I'm going to say FTR is going to retain the tag team champions because
that's not too bold, but yeah.
Because I feel either MJF or Adam Cole is going to turn on each other, and that is how we're going to get the feud with MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship at AEW All In.
Again, play with the devil. Devil might play with you. Look towards the devil's greatest prize. Devil will try to burn you. We saw what happened when the Precious was in Adam Cole's hand. And as far as Dark Order and Adam Page beef, I think Dark Order finally just moved on from it. They're like, screw you, man. You're with the Golden Elite. All right. Then we're going to go back on our own. And I think he definitely agrees with your take here, Chris. MJF for sure will turn because, again, can you trust the devil?
I will say the Blackpool Combat Club after Dynamite and I will mention it because it does kind of tie into Ring of Honor. I think they turned them all face from that.
Yeah,
I think Konosuke and Pac leaving, and now Pac challenging for the Ring of Honor World Championship. I think they're babyface again, like officially now. Especially even though they didn't air it, that curtain call deal where the freaking Blackpool Combat Club shook their hands. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they miss. I think the whole idea is they kept calling them. They weren't real wrestlers. They weren't real wrestlers, and the whole story is they beat the real wrestlers. So they gave them the kudos.
There you go. Basically, you reach a freaking decorum, a bit of a peace negotiation after the war is over.
Yeah.
The real team won, as some will call it. The most violent team won, as some will call it. Because in case you don't know, Jon Moxley utterly and physically surrendered on behalf of his team as Wheeler Yuta was being choked out. So there you go. Commentary told you that, but they didn't catch it on camera. Working your camera work, AEW, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. All right. Well, that being said, let's see if we got anything else here. Daniel, good to see you. AEW is coming back to my hometown of Grimace, Michigan for Collision in September. Hey, good on you. I'll be going to Collision in Cleveland, Ohio. So if anyone's going to be there during that time, let's rock Saturday night together at the home of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's fair, Daniel, because Ring of Honor, who knows when they're going to be like back on. Well, I guess Ring of Honor is taped technically before Collision. So, and I think still before AEW. So there you go. But have a great time, Daniel. Again, it's always just a great time to engage with yourself live as a fan. Whether you're a fan of professional wrestling or sports entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment. You want to tease some sports entertainment? Here you go, and I'm not wooing on camera. Damn it. Shut it, James. As the Ring of Honor Pure Championship is on the line, Katsuyori Shibata, the wrestler, as the name implies, defends the gold against the former Ring of Honor Pure Champion before losing it to freaking Wheeler Yuta. And then Wheeler Yuta got literally schooled by Katsuyori Shibata, who, might I add, still has not used a single damn rope break yet in any of his matches. Okay, so this pretty much stems to Daniel Garcia. He's out to prove a point. I mean, he was involved in a fatal four-way for the International Championship at Forbidden Door with 3 other champions across 3 other companies. NJPW, Ring of Honor, AEW. And then you got the Woo Dancing Sports Entertainer that has nothing to his name. For those that don't know what a Ring of Honor Pure Rules match is, allow me to explain. It is a different form of wrestling that involves chess manipulation and strategy. The code of honor is required before and after the match. Tags only count by one wrestler reaching over the top rope and tagging his partner in case we have a tag team affair, but this is not a tag team affair. Because believe it or not, they've had pure tag team matches in the past. But basically, a Ring of Honor Pure Rules match is each individual has 3 rope breaks. After that, decisions and moves are 100% legal within the ropes, including using the ropes for leverage for pinfall decisions. A closed fist gives you a warning. You can still use any sort of shots as long as they're not low blows. If you get disqualified, you lose the title. A second closed fist yields disqualification. If anybody gets involved in this match on either party's behalf, they risk suspension or termination. The match does have a time limit. If it goes to a time limit draw, a panel of 3 judges will determine the winner. And Ring of Honor Pure Championship has been held by the likes of Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, Daniel Garcia, as I said earlier, Wheeler Yuta, Katsuyori Shibata. The list goes on and on and on for the all-time greats that really have carried forward this championship, including one of the most pure wrestlers on the planet, Jonathan Gresham. So that being said, Chris, Daniel Garcia once again going after the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. His second chance to hold it for a second time since, losing to Wheeler Yuta. We saw the fall with Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. We've seen this, I like to say, really long-term story. Hey, there's some words for you. With Daniel Garcia defining himself, whether he's trying to fine-tune his style or find a persona to show us on screen. And apparently his persona heavily involves dancing. Idiot. So, that being said, you don't dance with Katsuyori Shibata, you wrestle. He's always been denying the crowd saying you're a wrestler since being a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. But this is Ring of Honor, not AEW. So, can Daniel Garcia, the most technical sports entertainer, actually beat Katsuyori Shibata? Or will we see Daniel Garcia, the young, up-and-coming professional wrestler, And will that be what he needs to get the better of Shibata if he has a chance at all? Chris, do you see a title change?
Well, this is gonna be it's gonna be a good match. I know last year, Daniel Garcia won. No, not Dan. Real Yuta, beat Daniel Garcia
Appreciate you, Kyle.
for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. And Daniel Garcia wants that championship back in the worst way possible. It's gonna be an entertaining match. I got
Damn it, Chris! Wait,
I got
what?
Daniel I got Daniel Garcia winning this match.
Wow. All right. Well,
He's gonna
I
woo
mean-
his way to victory.
yeah, it's going to take more than that. Even Sammy Guevara, if he's in his corner on the outside of the ring, and Sammy Guevara has yet to show up, by the way, at Ring of Honor television, but they are the Jericho Society, and they just lost as a tag team, and they did walk by Chris Jericho, where it feels like the JAS is falling apart at the seams. Is this just another pillar of that happening? James, what's your take on this? And maybe everyone will turn on Chris Jericho. If not, first, Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. My whole thing with that is, I think it's very obvious that we're definitely having AW for Katsuyori Shibata. I think it's the opposite. I think he just won it. You know, he really kind of proved himself not too long ago in that Fatal 4-Way match. The wrestler's back.
Period.
I very heavily criticized Ring of Honor not knowing if he was 100% because he really didn't show anything to me that he was. That Fatal 4-Way shut me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, that dude was back, and he was back like he hadn't even left.
Not bad for a 23-year veteran of the game at 43 years of age when you thought he literally was brain dead to Sakura Genesis 2017, never to be in the ring again.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that he's doing this is awesome, and the fact that he's able to wrestle again at the height he's doing, man. Like I want to see more with him, and I hope we do eventually down the road. So I'm totally down. I'm looking forward to seeing a long, lengthy reign with Katsuyori Shibata. So I'm gonna stick with Shibata here. I think it's too soon, and I don't think New Japan is able to really do much with him right now because of the G1 going on, and he's not in it. But
Right.
don't be surprised after this run with the Pure title, he might be in the G1 in a couple years' time. G1 Climax 35. I think it might be Katsuyori Shibata's year. Because I don't know if there's going to be another year for Shibata left after that.
I wouldn't mind seeing Katsuyori Shibata versus Sonata now that you bring that up. I know also
That'd be
Katsuyori Shibata and Zack Sabre Jr. is another match that could happen. Imagine Katsuyori Shibata, Ring of Honor Pure, and the WWE World Television Champion. You want a king of television. Maybe Samoa Joe's not your guy, James. Just saying. But we'll talk more about him in a moment.
No, that's fair. I also will say, though, if Daniel Garcia does do the woo, can he do the Ric Flair bit with it? Just to complete the woo off right there. Just
Will you
the
stop
woo,
that?
the woo, the double entendre woo. You know, he does the dance. Actually, Christopher Ross, why don't you give a demonstration real quick?
No.
Okay.
No.
All
I
right,
will cut you off this.
you got to do the dance and then go woo.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Woo!
All right.
There you go.
Boy, the hips don't move like that. Stop it. All right. leave the hips to Shakira. Okay, that's all I
Hey,
got.
the hips don't lie.
They lie sometimes.
Lie.
They tell you that
Crackhead.
joints
God.
always lie to you. They say they're okay, and then you get older, and then you're like, you fucking lied to me.
Oh, my hip. Yeah, you forgot your
exactly.
walker.
See?
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Anyway, well, folks, there's your sports entertainment. And as far as the technical sports entertainer, yeah, I ain't betting against the wrestler. I got Katsuyori Shibata winning too. And yes, you just saw JJ. Unfortunately, it can never be unseen. Katsuyori Shibata going into his fourth defense of the Ring of Honor Pure Champ. I mean, I would love Katsuyori Shibata going to his fourth defense for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship after overcoming Alex Coughlin, Christopher Daniels, and most recently Lee Moriarty. And by the way, there has not been a draw since the inception of Ring of Honor under Tony Khan's umbrella in a Pure Rules match. And Katsuyori Shibata's longest match so far outside the Fatal 4-Way in singles competition, 13 minutes. And it was when he took the title from Wheeler Yuta himself. And the only advantage Wheeler Yuta got was a closed fist. After that, he got PK'd into next week, and the young boy got schooled. So, again, Chris, bold. And again, I'm still a man of my word. King, remember what I said. If Daniel Garcia wins the championship, I will woo, but I don't see it happening. I'm going with the wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata. All right. And that being said, who can beat the most pure wrestler on the planet right now, Katsuyori Shibata? I don't think there's nobody in Ring of Honor that can do it. And if you all got a name to throw out that's in Ring of Honor, I dare you to speak up now.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, then. Well, since we're talking about, champions and television, pure, intense, etc., why there's no graphic, let's go ahead and talk about the future of the Ring of Honor Television Championship, because based on what I've been hearing, Samoa Joe, he might finally take some time to do something else or just take some downtime. Can you blame the freaking guy? As he's been extremely dominant with the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, Samoa Joe, since beating Minoru Suzuki for those that remember, and has basically been unstoppable in Ring of Honor, including denying Mark Briscoe his destiny at the Supercard of Honor. That being said, as King, my correspondent out in the field, shout out to ATW, he will keep us informed of who actually wins this match as Samoa Joe defends the title tomorrow against the winner tonight of Dalton Castle or Shane Taylor at Depth for Dishonor. Both Dalton Castle and Shane Taylor are former Ring of Honor television champions. In fact, Shane Taylor, he is the guy that took it from one of the most dominant Ring of Honor television champions in history, Jeff Cobb, who again is in the G1. And Shane Taylor, you can say what you want about him. He is also an OG. He and Silas Young, they even had a match based on their Ring of Honor integrity. Dude's got an attitude the size of Cleveland, but he's got a lot of pride when it comes to that Ring of Honor television championship. So, honestly, if Shane Taylor's involved in this match, I could see him winning. But you look at wrestling on paper, what do you always see? Heel versus face dynamic. So I'm going to kick this thing off and say again, I do think this paper is actually going to lead to some changes. And if Samoa Joe is going to finally take it a little easier, especially after losing out on the Owen, I think Dalton Castle is actually going to win this back. If Dalton Castle wins the match, then I got Dalton Castle winning the Ring of Honor Television Championship.
I
Chris,
agree.
where do you stand in this?
I agree.
Well, we know James already agree. If Samoa Joe is going to be losing this, I think it's going to be with Dalton Castle. So I think Dalton Castle, Shane Taylor, Dalton Castle is going to win that match tonight on Ring of Honor. If Samoa Joe and Castle face, I'm actually going to say right now, I think Dalton Castle is going to win it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first match we're all unanimous on. That was pretty simple. And again, Dalton Castle, he and the boys were the Ring of Honor 6-member tag team champions before the Mogul Embassy destroyed them. So this would be a nice change of pace for Dalton Castle as a singles competitor, while the boys maybe confused with the Bollywood boys. I don't know. The boys are weird to me. So that being said, very simple, good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving on down the actual graphics here. And as far as right now, we got 2 matches known. Let's go ahead and talk about this one. And Chris, you can lead this off because at the end of the day, Athena literally challenges the women to do one thing. Not just a Ring of Honor, but just in the industry. Step up or get stepped out. Second time around, does Willow Nightingale step up or once again get stepped out? And is she simply porcelain? Or does the babe with the power bomb finally become Ring of Honor Women's World Champion? Round 2, folks, as the Fallen Goddess takes on this year's winner of the Women's Owen. Athena defends the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against Willow Nightingale. And, of course, Athena's only defeat this year came at the hands of Willow Nightingale in the semifinals of the Owen. So, Chris, simply put, does lightning strike twice? And does Willow Nightingale finally, keyword, finally become the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion?
Lightning is not going to strike twice. The only time I saw that was at Money in the Bank when Liv Morgan took Ronda Rousey's Women's Tag Team Championship away from her. But with Willow Nightingale winning the Owen Hart, I am shocked about that. I'm happy for her. I actually picked Athena to win the Owen Hart, but Willow, I'm happy for her. Is she going to win tomorrow? No, she's not. I have Athena winning tomorrow. She's going to get her win back, and that's that.
All right. Well, James, you name a name, she's beaten them. Kiera Hogan, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale back in February, handed Willow her first loss in Ring of Honor. She beat Yuka Sakazaki. She's beaten Kiera Hogan, including a Chicago Street Fight rematch. Anybody that has stepped towards Athena in a great fighting effort, including Emi Sakura and Miya Yamashita, they have fallen short against the falling goddess ever since she won this title. So again, Willow, we've seen her win tournaments. We've seen her win championships. But this will be her third time going after the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. It's third time the charm. Second time against Athena.
I think it will be. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where they've already fought once. Athena won. Now Willow's won. This is the rubber match. I think this is how they're going to end the feud. I think Willow gets the belt here. I think, they obviously couldn't have her keep the New Japan Strong Women's Championship for obvious reasons, but they really didn't have a choice in the matter of New Japan, so they had to get it off her as soon as they could. But ever since that happened, you don't want to lose that momentum because she really is one of those people that struck lightning in a bottle, and she's damn good. Willow's so goddamn good.
She really is.
You want to capitalize on this. So I think it's time. I think Athena's had a very good reign with the championship, and I think I would not be angry at Willow winning it. So I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale. The fact that they had her win the entire Owen, I mean, shit. Yeah, let's give her a championship on top of it. Why not? She's really, man, like she's making history. Like, she honestly might be Rookie of the Year by the end of this year. Honestly. Really, because, like, how many tournaments has she won? She's won it. If she wins this championship, then that would mean that she has won 2 different tournaments in 2 different companies and won championships following those victories or within the tournament itself. So that's big. That's a good feel-good story, I think, And I think a lot of people are behind Willow. Like, Willow, I'm behind Willow. Damn. Like, I was so confused by the whole dancing game. I'm like, is she going to join up with, like, Willie Mack or something? And then I'm like, well, if she is the female Willie Mack, I'm going to get Boogie. Let's go. Like, she's awesome, man. She's super cool. So, yeah, Willow Nightingale for the win.
Chris, have you changed your mind?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, you guys forgot to mention that where you guys say about Athena putting down superstars, she defeated Mercedes Martinez to become the championship, and I just saw something across the thing from an A-Train person.
That's my brother in ATW, King A-Train, keeping us posted. Don Castle is the winner. It's Don Castle versus Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor Television Championship tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. So he's definitely winning.
Wins.
Dalton's winning.
Anyway, back to this match. Click. Anyway, Chris,
right,
continue.
Cool.
That's what I just had to say.
That's fair. But you're still sticking your guns with Athena?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
So I'm the decider.
Yes, you are.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this. She has been Ring of Honor Women's World Champion now since last year's final bout, as you alluded to, winning the title in her home state of Texas against Mercedes Martinez. After Mercedes Martinez lasted the life of not only Willow Nightingale, but Serena Deeb, who has been MIA. Damn crime against that talent, but that's a whole different story. As I said, Athena, she has defended this title against all comers. I basically named most of them. Britt Vixen, Kiera Hogan, Miya Yamashita, Willow Nightingale, Emi Sakura, Yuka Sakazaki, Sky Blue, and Kiera Hogan. This will be her 12th defense of the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. It's one of those things where you build a title so strong on the right competitor, you find the right person to pass it off to. Ilya Dragunov was the right person to take it off Walter when it came to the NXT UK Championship. We still don't know the right person for Roman Reigns when it comes to finishing the story if it's not blood or another legacy of another family.
Hint, fucking hint. Get on that shit.
James, you know you're not on speed dial, right? And of course, we also saw Trinity took a chance on herself, a big gamble. The Virtuosa being the spearhead of the Knockouts division for the last 3 years. Trinity being the toughest adversary both have faced respectfully. Trinity became the Impact Knockouts World Champion. When you run your course and you want to see somebody rise to the occasion, considering Athena's been involved in this game for 16 years, Athena's been involved 16 years. Willow hasn't even involved in double digits. I think it is Willow's time. I think Willow right now is the underrated wrestler of the year and could be the shining rising star this year. Not just the Ring of Honor, but of the industry, personally, in my opinion. I love seeing what she's brought forward, just like her and Sky Blue as a tag team, what Sky Blue has brought forward for herself. I would actually love to see Sky Blue and Willow go at this. So, that being said, Athena, you want to see if somebody is more precious and stronger than porcelain. I think the Babe with the powerbomb finally gets it done. Chris, I'm against you in this case. It's 2 against 1. I have Willow Niga becoming the new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion.
Yep. There you go.
All right, and a bunch of people in the chat, looks like everybody believes that the fallen goddess will be eclipsed. Or should I say, pounced. And of course...
Pounce! There you go.
Period! All right, and we're definitely calling that shit tomorrow. All right, so Willow and Athena, bring out the best in each other. Give us one hell of a match to call. I know they can't. This is going to be some awesome stuff. But yeah, Willow Nightingale for the win. All right. Well, this has been a nice, light conversation. We still don't know any other matches booked at this point. We know the Ring of Honor television match, though, now is official. So, of course, we'll get that graphic probably after Ring of Honor television tapings. Again, we don't know what else is to come, but the forum will be live tomorrow at 9 Eastern Standard Time. I hope everyone's enjoying the conversation. Love everyone's input here and their thoughts too. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, give it a thumbs up. Know that I do city predicting with a bunch of wonderful people. You never know who's part of it, up to a 6-pack of wonderful faces that I always have to deal with. Anytime here across all the biggest shows across the wrestling industry. But that being said, been enough chit-chat, been enough promotion. Let's go ahead and talk about what I feel like is going to be the main event. This is going to be awesome because you want to talk about intensity. You want to talk about anger. You want to talk about what Ring of Honor prides itself to, the highest degree of professional wrestling. It doesn't come more stronger than this out of the blue. Here we fucking go, folks. Claudio Castagnoli defends the Ring of Honor World Championship against the Boston Pac in a first time ever one-on-one encounter. All right, so simply put, Pac, he did not play well with others. He and Claudio have a bit of a fallout. This match was made official. Pac's been MIA since losing the AEW Trios Championships back at the Best of 7 series at the Fabulous Forum against the Elite back in January. Claudio Castagnoli has been a dominant Ring of Honor World Champion to the highest degree since beating the Ocho Chris Jericho last year at Final Battle. Most recently, literally, James, we saw he knocked this opponent fucking out, Commander, on Ring of Honor on AEW Rampage. And, of course, we've seen him defend this title against so many others as well. All comers, AR Fox, I believe, was the very first one where Ring of Honor was first incepted. Now, originally, it was supposed to be Mark Briscoe trying to go for this destiny, the legacy of his brother, boy, Jay Briscoe, a former Ring of Honor World Champion. But the nature of the beast of the industry, injuries happen. And unfortunately, this industry might leave him out for the rest of the year. You might not see him again for 2023. Get well soon and keep your spirit up, boy. Reach for the sky when you return. For the longest time, I thought the destiny for Mark Briscoe was the television championship. But after what Eddie Kingston said to empower him, and by the way, Eddie Kingston came this close to being Claudio's Supercar of Honor, just saying. I think Mark Briscoe would be the rightful guy to become champion at some point. If Mark Briscoe is in this spot, though, right now, would I go with him, considering he lost the Supercar of Honor for the Ring of Honor Television Championship? Would I see Mark Briscoe lose 2 times in a row? That's a whole different story. I don't have to answer that here. It's Pac. But AEW All In, London, Who's to say they won't showcase Ring of Honor champions? And Pac is literally from that nation. Keep that in perspective. James, you kick this one off. Who do you got leaving with the Ring of Honor World Championship?
Well, number one, I actually sent you a plug when you were talking so eloquently, making very good points.
I got you.
Because I'm going to be airing that pretty much right after this. But besides that, and we can hold off on that for now. So yeah, I think it's going to be a clear-cut win for Claudio. I think it's going to be a hell of a match because they really built it up. Like, if you want to talk about last-minute build that actually had really good build here, this was it. Really well done here.
Go check out that backstage segment, folks.
Yeah, like I really, really enjoyed that a lot. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Claudio winning. As far as what happens at All In London, if they have a Ring of Honor World Championship match, I'm telling you, I'd love to see Claudio and Nigel get it on, man.
I'm just waiting for Nigel to get the boots back on. Something has to get that man out of the seat one more time.
That would be the match to do it, man. Him and Claudio would rule, man. Like, that would be a match just purely out of respect and honor, man. Like, that's just two of the very best, like, tall MFers going at it, who are two of the best wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Indie wise, man. I would love to see those two go at it.
And funny enough, James, Pac hasn't faced Claudio since Shakara in 2007.
Oh my God.
They haven't touched in 15 years.
Nope.
Wow. Okay. And now I feel old. Okay. Cool. Cool. Chris, talk.
Well,
Please.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet here. This match is gonna be good.
There's the phrase I was waiting for tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, Claudio is gonna win this. I have Claudio retaining. It sucks for Mark Briscoe that he got injured.
Damn it.
If he didn't get injured and if it was Claudio versus Mark, I would say Mark Briscoe finally gets his moment and win. I would have went if it was Claudio and Mark. I'm gonna say Mark Briscoe becomes the new championship. But with Claudio and Pac now, Claudio's going to retain, and I do see when Mark Briscoe comes back, I think he's going to be a world championship, and he's finally going to get that moment to shine as a single star, and he's going to have a bright future with that. So get well soon, Mark Briscoe. When you get back, you're going to become a world champion.
Boy. Yeah, and I definitely agree with both of you here. Again, if you're going to spearhead Ring of Honor to the future, Mark Briscoe's the guy to do it. But again, you can't do it while injured. Claudio Castagnoli has been an absolute dominant champion. Again, he's beaten Metalik, Robbie Eagles, AR Fox, Blake Christian, Christopher Daniels, Josh Woods. He took it from Chris Jericho, and his longest match was 20 minutes against, you guessed it, Eddie Kingston. And something tells me he and Eddie Kingston will have another encounter. Could be after the G1 for all we know. Because Ring of Honor at least has 3 pay-per-views every year in their cycle. And in fact, it's the second pay-per-view this year for Ring of Honor. We have not seen them on pay-per-view since the Supercard of Honor. Pac out of nowhere. This is just a match in intensity. There's no respect here. These two hate each other's guts. And I would be really surprised to see a Code of Honor before or after. Either way, Claudio Castagnoli has always been the guy I wanted to see reach that point of his career to be a world champion. Drop the fucking ball. So that being said, I don't think he's done yet. I think it's Willow's time to finally humble a goddess. I think the Swiss Superman, the Ring of Honor World Champion, is still around for the long haul. I got Claudio Castagnoli retaining too. I guess the only question is, what does that mean for Pac? And again, will we get a surprise to who could be the next opponent to Claudio? Could it be somebody formerly involved in Ring of Honor, somebody from across the pond? Will the next title match be over at London or something like that?
Right. Yeah,
when it comes to Ring of Honor, it's kind of like a bridge at this point with a toll. You just don't know who's going through it. And while we got a few new champions, we still have some consistency as well. So it could be a very balanced pay-per-view for all we know. But then again, it could also surprise us. We'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it'll be a Slammiversary 2.0.
Well, at least this Slammiversary made sense versus some other years. I'll say that much.
That's right.
That being said, yeah, I think Clio is going to retain. And overall, I'm excited for what's already known. And besides Righteous versus Dark Order, Trish Adora versus Leyla Hirsch, Ring of Honor 6-Man World Tag Team Championships, I'm not sure what else they can book at this point. Maybe an exhibition for the former World of Stardom champion Utami Hayashishita against insert name here. But besides that,
it wouldn't surprise me. I could see them going that route like they did with the AAA Mega Championship at Supercard for sure.
Yeah, well, we see how heel Devin Kingo defend that title again, and if so, against who? Roosh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
Freaking. You lost your damn mind with Commander and Hee-Ho. I'm just saying. Either way, this should be a fun pay-per-view. And this has been a nice, fun, simple, and I called it. Look at this time, guys. You did incredible. Really short, simply predicted video, too. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, as always, to what is always a fun forum here on the Simple YouTube channel. We'll be back again, of course, with NXT Great American Bash with JJ, me, Chris, and we'll surely find some others, too. As James, I know you got some stuff to plug. I'm going to try and get your graphics. So before we do that, let's go to the king of social media, Christopher Rotz, who is always involved in all the prediction leagues. And it's always a pleasure here on Simply Predicting. Chris, you keep it simple like me to a degree, but you're also open-minded and willing. You know, people like you, people like Deonna Purrazzo, people like John Cena Sr., foolish individuals can learn a thing or two about that from those I name and us here when it comes to just be a fan of the industry, enjoy life, and enjoy wrestling, but I digress. That being said, my friend, anything you want to plug and promote, and where can people find you?
Well, you could put my graphic up, and I'll be reading my social media accounts starting right now. I'll be starting with
Get this boy a lexicon for Pete's sake.
Well, I'll be starting with my Twitter account.
You do that.
My Twitter account is CRots24. You see a picture of me and Byron Saxton at a WWE Youngstown live event show. And then you got CM Punk. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, let's not go there. I mean, at this point, what is CM Punk going to say?
You got my Instagram account, CMROTZ_6472. You got my Facebook, Christopher Rotz. You got my Discord, CRots2423. You got my Snapchat, C_Rot17. And you got my TikTok, Rots_2423. Always hit me up. I'm down on making friends, and I'm positive. I'm nice. I'm sweet. And caring. Yes, too sweet.
I had to say it. I'm just saying. I had to say it.
It's always a pleasure being on the Simply Predicting panel. The next time you'll be seeing me on a Simply Predicting panel is next week for NXT Great American Bash, where we're going to be seeing Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. And then, so stay tuned for that for next week. Also, what we got is tomorrow, we got Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. And then we got Friday Night SmackDown. And then we got Royal Rampage. We're going to find out who's going to be taking on Luchasaurus for the TNT Championship at AEW All Out in September. And I'm putting this out there. I'm hoping my bud, Darby Allin, takes the win tomorrow. I hope that's
a clear favorite by many, I think, at this point.
I hope he wins it. So I'm praying to God he does. And then Saturday we got AEW Collision. And then Sunday we will just sit and relax and start this whole wrestling week over again. But it's always a pleasure being on the panel. I'm hoping you guys enjoy tomorrow and just enjoy life and be positive. And before we go out, I would like to do the countdown.
course.
You don't have to tell me that. I'll just kill you because I know you, brother. You always got that. And two, appreciate you, Chris. Thank you very much. James, believe it or not, during that, despite latency, got your graphic. And stay tuned, folks, for more of what James and FDR Production does, including that link down below. So, James, plug.
All right, brother. We got Indie Force episode 27 airing right away after this. So, Indie Force episode 27 features the following. We talk about Roman Reigns' championship reign. Has it gone on for too long? That's a big debate. That's a big discussion point. Did Indiana Jones, the newest movie, did that deserve the hate and criticism it got? We talk about that one. We also go over UFC going on 30 years. We talk about Linkin Park's newest single, Lost. We talk about Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat's reboot, at which we were honest to God looking more forward to, and just how great Street Fighter 6 is and how very lackluster MK's build has been. AEW Fight Forever video game, Smosh reuniting, and the main event is a Weymouth Youth Wrestling update, and so much more. You're gonna want to tune in if you're a fan of Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Go check that out. That's in the live chat right now. If you guys want to check that out right after we get off the air here, it is in the live chat right now. That's pretty much what's going on at this current moment. And all plugs that are coming up that are either on demand or upcoming, Noah will take care of the upcoming part. We have an on-demand trailer right now that will be on the Indie Force episode 27. So go check that out right after you're done here.
Oh, good stuff, man. Again, you're always busy, but hey, it's always entertaining to engage with you and call stuff too. Speaking of which, folks, you haven't already, go check out me and James' call Blood and Guts last night. It was quite entertaining, to say the least. As this panel was too, as again, you guys set a record, I think, for the shortest predicting panel to date too. So I thank you, and I hope people engage in the other content to come at 8 p.m. Standard Time, whether on YouTube or on TV, from Impact Wrestling, from Ring of Honor, from something else you'd like to see. But again, if you want to know more about me, know this, for I am but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it!
Buster.
I don't market myself, but I digress. So if you want to, find me on the Twitter and on YouTube, primarily, and then Foster1916 to engage with me and keep up with all the predictions leagues and other stuff and all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, to the entire ATW family on the Twitter. We did our WrestleMania podcast crossover with the Wrestling Rundown and the ATW crew, most recently as I was with these yahoos and more for 5+ damn hours. Quite an in-depth discussion you can find on FDW Productions and on my simple YouTube channel as well. And of course, in conjunction with the podcast form that's been on my channel with the ATW family since the pandemic and on the ATW View. And you can find the entire playlist as well on my simple YouTube channel. As far as where else you can see me and what else might be happening with my friends, AW Spark with Owen, Zero, or me as we do round robin type panel. You can find us discussing All Elite Wrestling every week on FTW Productions and on my simple brand.
Yes, and you can actually watch it on Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated, youtube.com/@Wrestling Fortune 44 Birdman. Go check it out.
There you go. Get further expanding. Get those views in. And of course, speaking of views, support the Renegade JJ Williams as he always hosts the Saturday Night Shenanigans that are open mic night with me, with James, and who knows who else. As memes are being developed too. Lord help us. So stay tuned for what's ahead this coming Saturday night on Open Mic Night. It's sure to be a wild, fun party. Check out the latest member of the Multiverse of Media, James. You still owe me an update because she is now part of the family too, Dilla. And check out her recent reviews and the upcoming reviews she will have, of course, on Dynamite and Collision. Appreciate you, my friend. Always power up when you can, but know when to power down. And again, follow the Renegade, JJ Williams. Support Cascadia Studios. Become a member today. Here are his links, of course, and he's got a ton of member-exclusive content already and a lot more coming up, including me and him calling a Money in the Bank match that you all suggested. And while we will be talking about NXT Great American Bash here shortly on City Predicting, he actually looked at the greatest NXT most recently. So go check out his reviews and all of that in 2018 from Secret Sensation, Best TakeOver Matches. I speak for everybody when I say we all miss NXT TakeOver, but I digress. And so much more too. As again, City Predicting, it's the simple form that I host that welcomes everybody and it's not laying up anytime soon. I always want to give, as always, a brief shout out to the entire City Predicting family that continues to expand because, again, as long as you're a fan, you're open-minded, you have an opinion, even if you're camera shy, let your voice, let your opinions be heard. Come join the City Predicting family. I appreciate all of you, and anybody is welcome on here anytime for any company we discuss too. Speaking of which, here are the next City Predictings. Buckle up, folks, because next up is indeed NXT Great American Bash, followed by SummerSlam. Guarantee there'll be more than one panel that week under circumstances. Impact and NJPW presents the Multiverse United 2, AEW All in London, Emergence, Payback, All Out, and Victory Road. Those are just the next 8 coming up as far as City Predicting videos and panels come too. And of course, following them are, of course, the Championship Network live watchable events that also use my voice. A slightly different schedule. We have not made AEW Dynamite 200 official, but it wouldn't surprise me if that gets squeezed in there somehow. So stay tuned for me and James as we cover Death Before Dishonor, and you see what's ahead too in the tractual order. And just put it out there for James. He's only covering the Taya Markova versus Camille for the NWA 75 first night. That will mostly probably be me and Jeff. Good old JM, Jeff Meacham. Because again, it is the oldest professional wrestling company in the industry. You got to show it some love and respect, despite what you might not like about its current circumstances. Anyway, and of course, following some of these with me or James or JJ, as I always have the same synergy too, a simple take, which is an in-depth post-show discussion on the biggest pay-per-views that come primarily from WWE and AEW, but who knows, one day I might even expand further beyond that too. And if you haven't already, check out the simple bracketology that me, Kusan, Zero, and Casey did, and we will be back close, if not at, the quarterfinals or semifinals to discuss where we thought the G1 Climax was going to go versus what we thought. Did it all up to the field and the blocks that I presented. Who stood out, who basically undersold, and who do we think will be born in the ring and will be G1 Climax 33 champion. And that's just some of the stuff coming up here, and that's always regularly happening here across my simple YouTube brand and the Jumping into Multiverse of Media too, as well as other friends and other channels too. But as always, let it conclude, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters, just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. But with that being said, thank you so much once again for tuning in to another City Predicting discussion. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell as it goes live on demand on this channel or any of the channels here across Entity Productions or the Jimmy Multiverse of Mia. Hit the subscribe button. I assure you our YouTube creativity and our content and passions not in the bay anytime soon, as this October marks my 5th year in content creation and here in YouTube as basically subscriber / host. So there you go. How far I come since freaking WWE Evolution. First ever video on my YouTube channel. Dadgum. And again, thank you for tuning in as I'm about to give us the final countdown. Non-copyright, damn it, non-copyright. So until next time, Ring of Honor is on now. Honor is real. Stay tuned for Impact Wrestling, the fall anniversary. Enjoy your Thursday night. Go check out some content on No DQ, like the latest review. Go check out the throwback content at Cat City Studios. Go grab yourself a bite to eat. Go enjoy your Thursday evening. Get ready for the weekend ahead, as Friday night is always loaded, but Saturday nights are all right for professional wrestling too. And there you have it. I called it. I talked about it. Now official. Boom. Trios match. It is the Dark Order versus the Righteous, and we'll truly see who has the most aggression. Thank you for that, my person out on the field, King A-Train. And I will definitely see you, if not tomorrow, Saturday, bro. Get your device in order, dadgummit. You should have been part of the podcast mania. And I'm just going to say this right now. The Righteous are weird, man. But you dig what I'm saying? I do think the Righteous are going to win. So
Same.
I'm just going to leave that where it is. And again, folks, the Ring of Honor League is still on. Second event of the year. You will find the forum live on the Twitter, on the community tab, in the comments below, and of course, all across anything connected with my name on YouTube and on the Twitter as well. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, when I know the card mostly, if nothing else, the main thing. So I leave you with that. And as always, make a positive impact in life. Support Impact Wrestling, damn it. And have a good night as I leave you to this man who will give the final countdown to conclude. Chris, take it away.
Well, I don't have a ukulele like Jerry of
I
Thousand
should have clipped
Names
that.
does.
I should have fucking clipped that.
But we are out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the music.
Oh, Cindy forces Aaron right now.